This is a look at the interior. Again, I was mentioning there's no stripping here, so you might want to pick that up. Some paint experimentation. I never did go that route, but nonetheless pretty solid looking doors. They hang pretty well. A little bit of rust starting there at the bottom. This step was reworked with Bondo a bit, so this is your box step as you're leading up into the truck. Here's a bit of a money shot of the identification plate. That'll give you an idea of what you're looking at here. Sorry, that's the model, and if you check through any VIN decoder, I might even have it, but it'll tell you it's a 6-cylinder, half-ton, etc., etc. Right. We have in the driver's compartment here. One thing I could point out too is the parking brake is seized. That one, so currently don't have parking brakes. That would require a little bit of work. There's the old starter right there on the floor, kickstart, and it's fun. Fires up. Here's the basically here's a shot dash-wise. It's a solid steel dash. It has sort of a hammerite type treatment. Gauges all pretty much in place there. The throttle cable is not hooked up. I had one that essentially broke, but I cheat and I used the choke. And I would say, and just going into this fall, the speedometer quit, the speedometer is working. The needle registering speed stopped working. So it's one of those possibly dirty, time to get cleaned or replaced. The heater, you can direct the flow by this little lever, and man, you heard that song, It's 40 Below, and I don't give a, well, this thing throws plenty of heat. The seats, when I got the truck, these seats were in there. The fellow told me they came out of a Pontiac 6000, so they're kind of the buckets, and he kept the console going in here, which is an okay idea. Sometimes I find it gets in the way of the starter pedal, depending on how big your boots are or whatever you're wearing. So, headliner, I don't know if there's anything special up there to point out. There is one. It's original. There's not a lot of sound insulation in these vehicles. Like, you really know you're driving a truck from the era when you're driving one. I'm going to fire it up for you. Again, like I mentioned, it's minus 17 out here today in lovely Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. But you know what? Sun's shining, and it's pretty decent. So out with the choke. Ignition switch on, but all the magic happens, of course, down here. And a bit of a rougher idle, but the chute planes out. Straight 6-cylinder. I'll flip the engine open in a second here. You see it and hear it. I think I mentioned in my emails, it drips a little oil, it leaks a little oil, and it actually burns a little oil. So, you know, in the right hands, next guy is probably going to be wanting to tend to the engine in some way, shape, or form.